How's everybody doing? This is the Tez Down. I am Tez and I am back and I'm not going anywhere. All right, guys, gotta let y'all in on a little secret. Gotta let y'all in on a little secret. My birthday was yesterday and I had a very long weekend on top of a lot of things that I had to do. I got to be in my friend's wedding and I'm really happy about that. And I think that the wedding was a great time, and it's always nice to be a part of two people coming together in a union to form one. It's always nice to be a part of that. Love is always being shared and spread around when that happens. So I had a really good time, and not everything was my speed. Obviously, not everything will be. But how you doing? How you doing, Softy? Miss Perfect in the chat with the 333. Chat starting to file in a little bit. What's going on? What's going on, Softy? How you been? Yeah, so I was at this wedding, and I had a really good time being in the wedding. Like I said, you don't get to do that type of stuff all the time unless you have a lot of friends getting married. So I don't necessarily have a lot of friends getting married, but I do have friends who have been married, and I've been lucky enough to be a part of a few weddings. My birthday was fine. I worked the whole day. It didn't bother me anything about that. Made some money, had a good day. Even had a good football day. Had a good football day too. We got both of them in here, Miss Perfect in the chat and Softy. I don't know how you doing it, but hey, I like it. I like it. I don't know how you doing it, but I like it. So, but without further ado, I mean, we had some good football. I guess we'll talk about a little bit of football really quick and the situation that's going on in Cleveland. So, in today's episode, we have Shador Sanders and the debacle that's going on in Cleveland. They're throwing away their entire season right now. We have two true crime stories for today, and then we're going to finish out today's episode with a No Middleman podcast and the question about the sassy man. And we're going to review a little bit of that content, and we're going to see what they have to say about it. That'll be the one of the last couple of things that we do today. I'm not sure if we're going to get to the random video of the day, just because True Crime Monday seems to hit a little bit harder than some of the other episodes, and I mean only in the physical emotions that you feel, not the ones that are just in your brain. So I think we're going to get going and get started on this bad boy right here. We're going to check in with FB Tings. I always want to call him Facebook Tings, as y'all probably know why, but FB Tings, we're going to see his breakdown, his analysis of what's going on with the Cleveland Browns and how ridiculous this all seems to be.
Yeah, especially. We'll lose the same way every time, especially every time.
And his elite accuracy is always on display.
But we know Kevin Stefanski's ass. Kevin Stefanski is losing every aspect of the Browns, whether it's the locker room, whether it's the fan base, and even the media that was fine with pushing his propaganda and fine with pushing how amazing and elite Dylan Gabriel is and how much they trust him to run this offense. Now, we're not here to make fun of Dylan Gabriel. We already did that yesterday. At the end of the day, he's a rookie being put in a tough situation with a coach who has an archaic, terrible.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things right there. You have to remember that Dylan Gabriel is a rookie. Not only is he a rookie, but like he deserves the right to play too, doesn't he? If he's playing his butt off, he deserves the right to play. I mean, he was drafted at the third round. He did his thing, in college, and he got drafted. He's an NFL player. Yeah, I totally understand the frustration behind it, but we're gonna dive into a little bit. So I'm pretty sure that he has the same idea about this that I do.
Awful, bland, predictable offense in Kevin Stefanski. Hard to figure it out, but we know Kevin Stefanski's ass. How do you feel about not playing clean football, Kevin Stefanski?
Just can't do it on the road versus a good football team, and we got to get it fixed because before you start winning, you got to stop losing. We're doing some things right now that are preventing us from winning, so we'll get it fixed without any questions.
Like at some point, you have to ask the question: who's really at fault here? Is it the players that are at fault, or is it the coaching staff? It starts up top with the head coach. You got to think it's probably a little bit of both at this point, don't you think? And just like Soft Rain just said, this is not just one or two people. She said, I was listening to Ricky Smiley this morning, and Rock T said, just put Shador in on the field as quarterback. And I mean, yeah, at this point, y'all already losing. You got to see what you got. If Gabriel isn't going to be the guy, or if you don't know if you should develop him or develop the other one, give them both chances to play. You guys have already lost a requisite number of games to say this season's a wash. So, I mean, come on. I mean, at this point, you got to see what you got, your assets. You wouldn't trade him to Cincinnati. Cincinnati tried to get him. You didn't trade him.
Very defeated, very downtrodden, very sad guy. How do, some people who played in the game feel? Dylan Gabriel, Myles Garrett, how is everybody feeling?
That's question. We lose the same way every time, especially in the South.
Same way every time. Absolute incompetent offense. This time the defense also didn't play good. So shout out to you, Myles Garrett. I will say it was a little different because y'all are kind of ass. But other than that, what else you got, Myles Garrett?
I wouldn't say I mean broken men. It was a matter of being the same person every day. Don't, like I said, don't let the situation define you. Continue working on your craft, and stay together. Further probably go, the worse outcome will be. So only go better as a team. Don't trust only your brother, and we'll find out.
Hey man, tough situation. How does the Flying Hawaiian feel?
Well, the good part is there's a lot to learn from and grow from. So
there you go.
I think we'll have a lot of things to look at and address. So that's positive. But like I said, it has to go back to action and getting work done so that there is a different outcome. Because nobody in the building likes this feeling, and we definitely don't want to keep that on. So.
Nobody in the building likes that feeling. Now, again, like I said, speaking of Jalen Ramsey and Myles Garrett, he had a lot to say.
I'm gonna probably tell my kids about this. I played a game with T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett, and I had 2 sacks. That's crazy, huh? That's crazy. So, yeah, it's my first time in my whole career having 2 sacks in one game. So that's pretty cool.
So, old man Jalen Ramsey, first time having 2 sacks in his career is versus those Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel, how do you feel about being sacked 6 times and being hit 16 times?
It was a good team. I think on the sack end, there's things that I can help to do to try and get it out as quick as possible, just so not in the negative on first and second down. So things,
Now, I do want to point out, when it comes to quarterbacks getting hit, you have to remember 2 things here. Quarterbacks are going to get hit if you have a breakdown of the offensive line, or if the quarterback is simply holding the football for too long. Holding the football for too long is another reason why you'll get hit or why you'll get sacked. So if a quarterback's getting hit or getting sacked, it's a combination of either the offensive line ain't holding, a running back or a fullback missed their block, or a quarterback is simply just holding the football for too long. With this small sample size of 2 games so far, it's kind of hard to tell. It really is. It's kind of hard to tell if that's what the case is, but I think as he continues to play, the numbers and analysis is going to come out, and we're going to see about it.
Things you got to learn from. He was holding the ball a little bit. It wasn't looking great. How does Kevin Stefanski feel about his guy's performance?
Yeah, he's a tough kid. We got to keep him clean. Obviously, when the game turns into how it turned, the 2-score game, you have to drop back, and that's a tough team to drop back versus. But he kept battling. It wasn't for lack of effort by him or by anybody. Made some plays, but
did make some plays.
Can you learn something from him in a game like that?
Yeah, I think you learn in every game, win, lose, or draw. Obviously, we know this kid's tough. We know he's tough. He's going to keep fighting. We just got to, around him, make some plays. We got to coach him up. We got to be better and get our guys in position. All the above.
Kevin, how do you think Tyson did in his first game?
And Tyson Campbell did get a little deep fried a little bit, but he also played halfway decent. So it seemed like the
around the edge got him free.
Obviously, we're getting to Dylan Gabriel. As you see, he's gonna throw this ball, and Patrick McQueen's gonna dive into him right here in this midsection area here, right? And it's just not gonna look the greatest. It's not gonna look the greatest. He's gonna try to.
It doesn't.
He's gonna try to. He tried to. And I would feel upset too. I would feel real upset if that's what I had to deal with. Now, again, Dylan Gabriel, 29 for 52, 221. Let's get to some, let's get into a little bit of film, man. Let's check it out. Now, like I will say, this offensive line was absolutely getting demolished. We go play action. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I mean, he turns around and just gets clobbered. Who was that? Was that Jalen Ramsey's first? Yeah, that was Jalen Ramsey's first. That was the one. Hey, shout out to Dylan Gabriel. Jalen Ramsey hit him that first time, and he got hurt. I was like, okay. Boom, another sack, not great. So, you do got to give Dylan Gabriel credit there. They wasn't doing Nathan for him. I mean, oh my God. I would like to see him. We talked about the Jackson Dart situation, and I was like, hey, And I predicted that with the Vikings. I was like, hey, they're probably going to, use his legs a lot and, make him get comfortable with his legs. They did not do that. I don't know if they don't trust his legs. I don't know if he's just not as fast as we thought. But he can't really, he ain't really getting away from nobody. Oh my God. I mean, but we do have to we do got to talk about this, right?
I don't think he is.
We do have to talk about this. I mean,
dog. I don't think he is.
I mean, he just gets, it's over for him. It's over for him. This is your left tackle just getting by. He waved him off. He waved it. That's all he had. That's all he had in him. And this is why I'm afraid for Shedeur. Look, I think Shedeur is gonna look better. And, I think he'll make some magic happen. But I don't think it's gonna be phenomenal. Because not because of him, but I mean they're not even giving him a chance. Lord have.
They're getting out of the way. Like I can't even watch any more of that. I'm just gonna be honest. I can't even watch any more of that. That offensive line is also bad. He's holding the ball too long, but that offensive line is trash. I don't know. I can't. At this point, you might as well not even push Shedeur in if he has to deal with that offensive line. That's a mess. That's a whole mess. So, I want to, as always, I would like to caution those of you who are a faint of heart, or those that just simply can't take horrible stories about what's going on out here in this world that we are in. But I would like to caution you about the stories that we're going to watch next. They can be very graphic. And the basis of one of the reasons that we do these is not just because we want to watch a bunch of mess. We want to break down human behavior here. That's one of the things that we do on this show. We talk about human behavior. I'm extremely interested in human behavior, and I think that it's a major part of why I do any of the things that I do. So I want you guys to sit back, listen and get it all going, and I wanted to make sure that that you guys just know that what's coming is what's coming. So without further ado, let's move it back and get started on our True Crime Monday.
The phone call was recorded at 11:47 p.m., and what Jennifer Gledhill said next would seal her fate forever.
On September 28th, Jennifer Gledhill called police to report her husband, Matthew Johnson, missing.
The disappearance of Matthew Johnson, a Utah father and husband, and the arrest of his wealthy wife, Jennifer Gledhill, for first-degree murder.
Jen in our home before, breaking bread with them, and then it turned out that she's.
So, I mean, let's start here. We'll start here. We'll talk about this for a second. There's a lot of these cases that are going on right now that have husbands and wives doing unimaginable things to each other, not because of any other reason other than what they're seeing in the world that we're living in. This social media world that we're all a part of now. And look what you're doing. You're watching me right now. I'm just a random guy talking about stuff on the internet. I need to understand, how do you get to this level of hatred? And not understand it because just for understanding's purposes, but to prevent it. If we can talk about this, they say that you have 12 minutes. 12 minutes is enough to change someone's mind about a situation or an incident, right? No matter how long they've thought that. 12 minutes is enough to change it. So I always tell people I have 12 minutes to talk to any of you. 12. I have 12 minutes. If I talk to you longer than 12 minutes, then we must be having a real deep conversation, or it's a very good conversation. But 12 minutes. If they would take 12 minutes to talk to each other, do you think they would ever get to this point? So what we're going to dive into is how it got to this point, where it's at, what can be done about it, how to prevent it, and the details. I want to see about this.
Responsible for his death. It was shocking, frankly.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophie, and today we're going to take a look at another horrible case with you. Jennifer Gledhill and Matthew Johnson seemed to have it all. Living in their $1 million home in Cottonwood Heights, Utah, they appeared to be the perfect family.
It seems to me that it's always the family that looks perfect. It's always the family that looks perfect that seems to have these types of problems.
A devoted military husband and a caring mother raising their 3 children, aged 11, 7, and 5. Matthew, 51, was a respected member of the Utah National Guard's 19th Special Forces Group, a Green Beret who had served his country with honor for over a decade. His fellow soldiers described him as brilliant, reliable, and someone you could always count on for answers. Jennifer, 42, was seen as a devoted mother and supportive military wife who many of Matthew's friends described as nice, kind of a homebody. The family lived quietly in their upscale neighborhood, and to the outside world, everything seemed normal. But beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect marriage, cracks had begun to form months earlier. The couple had been considering divorce since July 2024, and court documents revealed a highly dysfunctional relationship that had been deteriorating for some time. In August 2024, Jennifer filed for a temporary protective order against Matthew, claiming she needed protection from her husband. However, when the case went before the court, the judge made a decision that would prove to be fatally significant. 3rd District Commissioner Russell Minus examined the evidence Jennifer presented and found that the videos she submitted actually showed her as unafraid and equally confrontational toward him. The commissioner noted that text messages from Jennifer to Matthew were repeatedly berating, belittling, and demeaning, if not outright attempting to goad him into a violent response. On September 16th, 2024, just days before the tragedy that would shatter their family forever, Commissioner Minus dismissed the protective order, ruling that no abuse had occurred. He wrote...
Right, so once again, we have them have gone to court, and they say that no abuse has occurred. And, Soft Rain says they have to put that on the facade so no one would think otherwise. Yeah, they do. I mean, so the families that look way too perfect, I tend to have, I have an opinion about it. I do. I tend to feel like they're hiding deeper secrets as to why they look so perfect. Nobody's perfect on this earth. No one. So when I see something like that, I'm like, okay, well, this is a little awkward. This is a little weird. How did this happen? So I'd say be weary of those types of people. I would say be weary of those types of people. Yeah, I would. I would definitely be weary of them. Let's see what she did this.
Something that now seems hauntingly prophetic. The conduct of the parties over the past several months is representative of a highly dysfunctional marriage bringing out the worst in the parties, clearly suggestive that an action for divorce should have been filed long before reaching the current state of affairs. What the commissioner didn't know was that Jennifer had already made a decision that would ensure divorce proceedings would never be necessary. In the weeks leading up to September 2024, Matthew's behavior began to change dramatically. According to his friends, Jennifer's erratic behavior had become so disturbing that Matthew spent much of the final weeks of his life sleeping at a National Guard facility out of concerns about his safety. In one of his last conversations with...
See, he already thought that something was up and that she would do something crazy. I'm going to tell you, he probably overheard her talking about something with somebody. I would say that he probably overheard her talking about something with somebody about what she wanted to do to him. And then he was just like, hey, I'm just got to be out of here, man. I'm out of here. Let me just try to end this as peacefully as possible. And hey, emotions running wild tend to be why this types of stuff happens.
His longtime friend, retired Utah National Guardsman Kevin Thompson, Matthew had really come to the conclusion that a divorce needs to happen, and it is time to move on. But Matthew never got the chance to move on. What Matthew didn't fully realize was that Jennifer had been living a double life. She was having an affair with another man, someone who would later become the key to unraveling the entire case.
Okay.
This wasn't just a casual fling. It was an intense relationship that consumed Jennifer's thoughts and emotions.
All right.
On September 19th, 2024, just 2 days before the murder, Jennifer showed her lover something that should have been a warning sign. She displayed a loaded gun to him, a Glock 19X that she kept in their home. At the time, he probably thought nothing of it. After all, many military families owned firearms. But prosecutors would later reveal that Jennifer had been calculating and methodical in her planning. She had arranged for their 3 children to stay at her parents' house the night she planned to kill their father. The stage was being set for a confrontation that would end in tragedy. September 20th, 2024, started like any other day, but by evening, the fragile facade of the Johnson-Gledhill marriage would finally crumble. Matthew had discovered the truth about his wife's affair, and witnesses would later report hearing a heated argument between the couple that night. According to Jennifer's later confession, Matthew confronted her, yelling at her, because he knew she had been sleeping with someone else. The argument was intense.
Okay, so this is once again according to her confession. So I'm not sure that you guys are familiar with how a lot of confessions work, especially in these types of cases. From everything that I've seen, whether it be reviewing cases like these on YouTube or the internet, or going into law libraries and seeing the cases, from what I've seen, the interrogations are designed to break the witness. The unfortunate thing is most of the witnesses who these people are at the time, because they haven't been arrested or charged when they're in there, most of the time these people are crafting what kind of story they want to tell inside their heads. And for the most part, the story inside their head doesn't ever really make it out of their mouth. And so when they're asking questions, when they're looking for a confession, they're getting a mixture of a narrative that has been told by the person who is crafting it and the truth. And they get a mix of that. And sometimes they don't get any of the truth at all, depending on how savvy the person is, or the presence of mind, or how deep the shock is that they are in after what they've done. So a lot of times the story that you're getting is not the story. So let's see the story that she told them, and we're going to see what was true.
With years of marital problems finally exploding into the open. But what happened next would haunt everyone.
Yeah, she did. She did, Safran.
In the early hours of September 21st, 2024, as Matthew lay sleeping in their master bedroom, completely vulnerable and unaware of the danger he was in, Jennifer made a decision that would destroy multiple families forever. She took his own 9mm handgun and shot her husband in the head while he slept. According to her own confession, she then put Matthew's body into a rooftop storage container, sliding it down the stairs of their home before loading it into the back of their minivan. She smashed his phone and drove his truck to a nearby neighborhood, abandoning it blocks from their home. Then, in what can only be described as a methodical cover-up, Jennifer drove north with her husband's body and buried him in a shallow grave at a location that remains unknown to this day. When she returned home, she began an extensive cleanup operation. She bleached the walls, used carpet cleaning supplies throughout the master bedroom, and ordered a new mattress to replace the blood-soaked one where Matthew had been killed. The mattress arrived just 2 days later, but Jennifer's most critical mistake was yet to come. On September 22nd, just before midnight, Jennifer showed up at her lover's home and made a confession that would ultimately lead to her arrest. She told him everything: how she had killed Matthew, how she had disposed of his body, and how she had cleaned up the crime scene. The man noticed bruises on Jennifer.
Whoa. Okay, so far in this story, I'm going to give y'all a quick recap. Husband and wife, husband's military, wife is not. They're not getting along. They had a great relationship up until this, and now they're getting ready to. They saw couples therapy, and it didn't work. They got lawyers. They're getting ready to divorce. Obviously in relationships, people go up and down with each other all the time. You don't like them one day, you like them the other day. You're married already. Let's make this work. I missed you. I missed you too. They kiss, they make up, they start sleeping in the same bed again. But this time she had a paramour, a lover. She was cheating on her husband, and he didn't really care, to be honest. From the way it looks, from what we just heard, he didn't really care, because he knows that it's going for divorce either way. They tried to make it work. It didn't work. She was cheating. She told him about it. She didn't try to conceal it from him anymore. And then she decided that she was going to take him out for it so she could be with her lover. Well, she did all this elaborate cover-up. They just said that nobody ever found this guy's body. This elaborate cover-up staging of, this legitimate crime. And she goes and tells her lover about it. So I don't understand so that's where we're at right now. I'm not really sure the logic behind that after being so methodical. That seems like a huge mistake to make after you just covered up all of this.
Jennifer's body during their conversation, and when he asked about them, she casually explained that she had gotten them while burying her husband and cleaning the house of evidence. Her lover was terrified by what he had heard. This woman he thought he knew had just confessed to cold-blooded murder with an almost casual demeanor. The truth was about to come out, and it was worse than anyone imagined. Jennifer's lover was so disturbed by her confession that he decided to record their next phone conversation. When he told Jennifer that he was frightened by what she had told him, her response was chilling and would become one of the most haunting pieces of evidence in the case. "Wow, if you think I could even hurt a fly," she said. "Like he's not a person. He wasn't a person anymore. He wasn't Matt." The cold detachment in her voice was unmistakable. She had dehumanized her husband so completely that his death meant nothing to her. But Jennifer's disturbing revelations didn't stop there. When her lover asked if she would be afraid if the situation were reversed, Jennifer replied, "Not if I deserved it. I always preached that I was like the Queen of Hearts in my past lives because I'm like off with their heads. I'm like, if we could just round up the scum of this earth and put them on an island, or just kill them all, I could shipshape this country back to a good place." Jennifer also asked her lover not to think of her as a monster and to remember who she was before she opened her mouth. The irony was not lost. She was asking for understanding after confessing.
Yeah, that's. It says, Salvray says, psychopath, casually telling someone about how you killed a person. Yeah, this is extremely, this is some neuropathy right here. So she's not only has she dehumanized, she compartmentalized, and then she believes that she's a savior. So instead of leaving, she chose to kill him. Well, I mean, she also didn't want to lose all the stuff that he brought to the relationship. They were married, and she was a military wife, so she kind of got whatever she wanted whenever she wanted it. In this case, including a lover that he didn't freak out about. So I told y'all guys, if y'all find out stuff like this, y'all need to start freaking out and leaving. Leave, bro. Leave. Ain't no trying to make it work. Just get up out of there, man. You see what this one did?
To murdering the father of her children in cold blood. What made this conversation even more significant was that it took place before.
Can I ask how come nobody ever talks about these stories? They always talk about what happens when the husbands go bad, but why don't nobody ever talk about these type of stories? I didn't even do this on purpose. Yeah, I'm finding this out with y'all. Like, I'm literally watching this with y'all. So it's kind of strange to me that this is what people do.
Before Matthew was officially reported missing, Jennifer was already referring to her husband in the past tense, even though no one else knew he was dead. 6 days after her confession to her lover, Jennifer finally reported Matthew missing to police. She told them that Matthew had said he would be gone for a week and told her not to call him. Meanwhile, the Utah National Guard had already begun searching for Matthew when he failed to report for duty on September 23rd. But unbeknownst to Jennifer, her lover had been collecting evidence against her. He had taken screenshots of their text messages and recorded their phone conversations. On October 2nd, 2024, he finally contacted police with information that would crack the case wide open. What happened next would shock even the most seasoned investigators.
So I'm going to point this out, and it's not about to be me being obtuse here. He said they have a whole series about women too. Oh, well, see, Sovereign, didn't nobody tell us about that. Nobody told us about that. Everybody tells me that it's the men. Everybody told that the men are the problem. The men are the problem, remember? This is what I'm always being told, is that the men are the problem. So I didn't know that. I had no idea. So here's the thing, and I want to point this out to everybody that's watching this. So she didn't want her husband, but the guy that she was with didn't want her because he literally set her up to turn her into the police. He literally set her up to turn her into the police. It was all him. He did that. Called a deadly woman. Deadly women. Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll check that out sometime. I don't have to remember that. I have to remember that software. But yeah, let me point that out again. The boyfriend turned her in, guys. He didn't want her either. So she killed her husband because they were divorcing. And then she told her boyfriend about it. The boyfriend didn't want her, obviously, because he turned her in, right? The boyfriend didn't want her either. And that's crazy. She did all this for a man that don't even want her.
When Cottonwood Heights police executed a search warrant on the Johnson-Gledhill home on September 28th, they discovered a scene that told a very different story than the one Jennifer had been telling. In the master bedroom, investigators found a large blood-stained spot in the carpet underneath the bed. Blood was also found on the bed frame slats, which corroborated exactly what Jennifer had told her lover. The house reeked of bleach, and there were reddish-brown spots on the walls, bed frame, and blinds. Most tellingly, the mattress in the bedroom was brand new. Phone records would later show that Jennifer had ordered it on September 24th, just 3 days after the murder, and it had been delivered 2 days later. During the investigation, police also discovered GPS data from Jennifer's phone showing her movements on September 21st and 22nd. The data showed her traveling to the location where Matthew's truck was found at around 6 a.m., and later tracking her journey north toward Davis County, exactly where she claimed to have buried his body. On October 2nd, 2024, armed with the recorded confessions and physical evidence, police arrested Jennifer Gledhill on charges of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. But the investigation was far from over. On October 24th, 2024, Jennifer's parents, Thomas Gledhill, 71, and Rosalie Gledhill, 67, were also arrested and charged with 4 counts of obstruction of justice.
She told them too,
Police discovered that the couple had spent over 5 hours at Jennifer's house in late September, despite initially claiming they were only there for less than an hour to pick up clothing. Investigators found that Rosalie had purchased the new mattress and had her phone remotely reset, losing all data about her whereabouts during the cleanup period. When police questioned Thomas about the master bedroom and alleged cleanup, he told them, "I did not go in where the incident happened," inadvertently revealing knowledge of a crime scene.
Yeah.
During a search of the parents' home, police found a Glock 19X gun box wrapped in a child's onesie inside a plastic tote near Jennifer's bedroom. The container matched the description of the gun.
So this is getting crazy. So not only did she involve her parents, but her parents knew everything about this the entire time. So the parents are getting charged with obstruction of justice. See, I'm telling y'all, you're not getting away with this type of stuff. Not with technology. Not with technology, not at all.
Jennifer had shown to her lover on September 19th. The family had tried to cover up the perfect murder, but their web of lies was quickly unraveling. Months have passed since Jennifer's arrest, but Matthew Johnson's body remains missing. Extensive search efforts have covered multiple counties, extending from Davis and Weber counties all the way to Box Elder County near the Utah-Idaho border. Over 70 searchers have participated in the ongoing efforts to find Matthew, including law enforcement, volunteers, and Matthew's own military friends who have organized their own search parties. As his friend Kevin Thompson said, the fact that the search is now in its 5th month keeps them up at night. John Hash, Matthew's fellow Green Beret who served with him for 12 years, has been frustrated by the ongoing search efforts. He said, "Having had Jen in our home before, breaking bread with them, it turned out she's responsible for his death. It was shocking, frankly." During recent court hearings, prosecutors revealed that a vehicle storage container had been found floating in water, and it contained Johnson's blood inside. This discovery provided additional physical evidence linking Jennifer to the crime, but Matthew's body still hasn't been recovered. The search continues to expand across northern Utah as investigators follow every lead, hoping to finally bring Matthew home to his family. They were about to discover a secret Jennifer had hoped would never see the light of day. Jennifer Gledhill has pleaded not guilty to all charges against her. She faces 1 count of first-degree murder, 5 counts of obstruction of justice, 1 count of possession of a controlled substance, 1 count of abuse or desecration of a human body,
she is nuts,
and 1 count of tampering with a witness. During her bail hearing, prosecutors argued that Jennifer posed a significant danger to the community and to the integrity of the investigation. They revealed that she had told her lover she would shoot herself before going to jail, demonstrating both her desperation and potential for further violence. The judge sided with prosecutors and denied Jennifer's request for bail, noting that she posed a risk to the community. She remains in custody at the Salt Lake County Jail. Adding another layer of complexity to the case is the question of Matthew's $500,000 Prudential life insurance policy, with Jennifer named as the beneficiary. With Jennifer facing murder charges and Matthew's body still missing, Prudential has asked the court to determine who should receive the money. Jennifer's trial is scheduled to begin on December 8th, 2025, and is expected to last 8 days. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of this case is the 3 children who have lost both parents, one to murder and one to prison. Matthew Johnson's family has released a statement through their victim representative saying, "We are hopeful that we will find Matt soon, or that Jennifer or someone will come forward with the location of his body so we can properly lay
The
him
kid
to
should
rest."
get the money.
The prosecution's theory is straightforward but chilling. Jennifer Gledhill killed her husband because he discovered her affair, and she wanted to be free to pursue her relationship with her lover. Rather than go through a messy divorce that might have resulted in
She didn't
shared
get
custody
anything but
and
a life
financial
sentence.
obligations, she chose murder. As we await Jennifer Gledhill's trial in December 2025, one question haunts everyone involved in this case. How does a mother of 3 justify destroying so many lives for the sake of an affair? Perhaps we'll never fully understand the depths of Jennifer Gledhill's selfishness and cruelty. What we do know is that her actions have created wounds that will never fully heal. Justice may eventually be served, but Matthew Johnson will never come home to his children. And somewhere in northern Utah, a devoted father and soldier lies in an unmarked grave, waiting for someone to finally tell the truth about where he can be found.
Yeah, y'all. Like, that whole story was crazy. She got her parents to help her. Her parents are tight-lipped. They locked up. She's locked up. She hasn't even gone to trial yet. And they still ain't found this man's body. She goes to trial December 8th. We might check in on that trial a little bit. We might for another True Crime Monday. We might. We need to revisit this trial when it's happening. Yeah, Soft Frank. Soft Frank said the same thing that I did. We need to. Hey, Soft Frank, can you do me a favor and make a note that we need to come back to this? Can you do that for me, please, just so I can remember? And we'll definitely check back in on this, because it's crazy. This is just crazy, and we don't even know everything yet. She entered not guilty plea. So I'm gonna put it in my calendar. All right, thanks, Softy. I appreciate it. Yeah, like we need to man. So okay, so this story is a lot more complex, and I do think that we need to revisit this, and we need to make this another True Crime Monday in December. The first week of December, I will not be here. I think I might be able to do a True Crime Monday on the first Monday in December, but I will not be here. I'll be in Hawaii playing football for Team USA and going in the Hall of Fame. I think we talked about that a little bit before on a different show, but that's what I'll be doing the first week of December. So y'all won't get any videos from me unless I do some live streams there, or I should say vlogs. Maybe record as much as possible, bring a camera out. Who knows what we'll do. What's her name? We got to go back and get it. Let's go back and get it.
The phone call was recorded at 11:47 p.m.
Jennifer Gledhill. That is Jennifer Gledhill. No space. Jennifer Gledhill. Jennifer Gledhill. Jen Gledhill.
She accidentally.
Jennifer Gledhill. So we need to go back and revisit that case. And when we do go back and revisit that case, we're going to see what's going on. We're going to follow it. Her trial's supposed to last for 8 days, so it'll start right after I get home, and we can go through it and do it as it. Maybe we can do a live one. If they do it live, we'll see if they have a live stream. If they do a live stream, then we will piggyback that live stream on the calendar. Thanks, Softy. Yeah, we'll piggyback that live stream, and we'll go live, and we will do a live reaction to the Jennifer Gledhill murder case. We will do that. That might be something that we can do. It sounds like fun. What do y'all think, chat? If they live stream their trial just like they did the Johnny Depp trial, should we do live reactions and analyze the trial while the trial's going on? I think that might be interesting. I think it might be. I think we might do something like that. I think so. Instead of waiting for it, we might just watch it live together, and then we'll make our judgments as it's happening. We can be unofficial jurors. How does that sound to y'all? Unofficial jurors? Okay. So, in our next story for the night, we're going to be moving on to another case of why you did this. And that's pretty much should be today's true crime version, is why you did this. Not just the horror of the crime itself, but why you did this. I think we can all agree that there's something literally wrong with Jennifer Gledhill. We don't have enough information about it, as this is so new. We don't have enough information about it as of yet, but we will be following this. Chat 333 and myself, I'm sure Classic and Souls and the guys Plug will all jump in and we'll also try to follow this a little bit, because this is baffling. This story is baffling. I mean, when we go off air, I would suggest that anybody that sat around for the last true crime story, go back and watch this again, because there's probably some stuff that we missed out on. But we're gonna move on. This is another why you did this. We're gonna see what's going on with this one, because it seems like another doozy, in my opinion. Let's make it happen.
She accidentally ran over me in the parking lot.
He's trying to kill me, baby.
That does look like what? I don't know. That doesn't look right. She might be telling the truth, but I just don't see it.
When a woman calls 911 after accidentally running over her boyfriend in a parking lot, the details of her story don't quite add up. With rain threatening to wash away critical evidence, investigators work fast to make sense of the scene. But what they don't realize is that the truth has already been recorded, hidden in a chilling voicemail that changes everything. The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Just before 4 a.m. on April 15th, 2021, dispatchers in Longview, Texas receive an urgent 911 call.
Okay, what happened? My boyfriend put a knife out on me, and I went to drive out because he was trying to run me off the road or whatever. So I went to drive out, and when I ran, tried to drive it.
All right. So at first, the first thing we're seeing somebody set up a whole scenario. Once again, I told you guys before in the last version of the interrogation that we saw, you can't necessarily believe these confessions, these testimonials, or even these calls. A lot of times, you'll get swatty calls. Swatting is basically when you send the police to go investigate something, knowing that nothing is going on there, and you're just basically sent them to harass people. That's what swatting is. So, you get these type of situations where people, they call the police, and there's nothing for the police to do except bother someone looking for a reported crime when no crime was committed. So, in this case, I think that she's lying already, and we can tell that just by the way she's talking, the way she's breathing. She's thinking on the fly. She hasn't figured this all out yet. She probably wishes that she would have waited a little bit to call. It sounds a little bit like she's hyperventilating too.
He ran in front of my vehicle, and he dropped the knife. He tried to cut me.
Is he moving? Is he breathing?
Yeah, he's breathing. Yes, ma'am. He dead, ma'am.
You think he's dead?
No, I don't know. He's not dead. He's breathing. He's asleep. He's highly intoxicated.
Okay. Well, you said he was dead. What made you think he was dead?
No, he's not dead. He just started snoring. He would not.
Oh, man. Once again, we've heard 5 different things from her already.
Officers race to the scene to find the caller, 44-year-old Policia Stewart, standing over a man who is critically injured.
I got a male on the ground. Stand by. Hands! 12, one at gunpoint. Turn around. Hands up. Check that car. Turn around, face away from me. Detain her. Car's clear. Come here. Towards me. Turn around. Turn around. Precaution. Okay? Hang tight.
He has a knife.
Walk away this way.
Okay.
Come on.
He has a knife.
Right in here.
Look at that.
Where's the wound at? I can't tell, man. Face somewhere. Roll him over. What's wrong with him? I don't know. He got stabbed. Knife right there. Wounds on him. It's gonna be in his face. It's all gonna be internal.
Hey, squeeze my neck. You hear me?
Hey, come on.
Is there any other obvious sign?
No, I can't tell.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. All she said when she pulled up, she wants to press charges.
An ambulance arrives to transport the victim, 47-year-old George Edward Stoker IV, to a nearby hospital. With rain threatening the crime scene, officers do their best to collect what evidence they can before it's washed away. Near the spot where George was found, officers observe the scattered remains of a hamburger, a partially smoked cigar, and an open knife.
Ma'am?
You get the knife off the ground?
We got it. Don't worry about it, okay? We're taking care of everything.
So it's my fault.
No, I'm not saying that. Listen, there's a process that we have to go through.
She is intentionally obstructive at this point. You know, not only is she being obstructive, but she's also kind of combative, and she's talking way too much. Like, she's saying everything at once, trying to see what sticks. And nothing sticks at this point because this whole scene doesn't make any sense. She can't tell them anything. As soon as they get there, the first thing she says is she wants to press charges. That's usually a clear indicator that somebody is being less than genuine when they make these types of phone calls.
To investigate the situation.
My job.
Okay.
I went the other way. He's ready.
We're not done talking. You okay?
I know, but I'm trying to take you out for taking the jail.
No, I mean I'm not saying you want
I'm
to
telling you the truth. I have.
Okay, this is just part of the process. Okay, he's got some pretty severe injuries, and we have to investigate everything. Okay, so just do me a favor, sit here and relax, and we'll be back to talk to you here in a minute. Okay.
But as the investigation continues, the scattered food, the severity of George's injuries, and other details raise concerns that Policia isn't telling the whole story.
Just let her talk. You're recording, right?
Yeah.
See if she just throws herself under the bus somehow.
Yeah,
she might be telling the truth, but I just...
Again, just let her talk. The more talking they do in any of these situations, the more you realize this person's probably not telling the truth.
Don't see it. I don't really. It's impossible at this point. Listen, do me a favor. There's no need screaming. Okay, there's no need for screaming. I understand. Okay.
Can I pee on myself?
I mean, I can't tell you not to. I prefer you not. Okay. All right.
At the hospital, medical staff work tirelessly to save George's life, while others begin asking questions about what happened.
They're out there now talking to her, and that's what she's saying, that she ended up running him over.
Oh,
Yeah.
on purpose?
Yeah.
You don't know all about that.
With more questions than answers, police bring Policia in to speak with a detective. As she begins her account, Policia explains that George had been working late on a house remodel while she waited for him in the truck. She says they made several trips to his brother's house over the course of the night, including one around 11:30 p.m., when police pulled them over outside the residence.
Hello.
Hello.
You know, I stopped you today because you didn't have your
Yeah, I realized when
lights
I just came out the appointments, I realized I didn't have my lights on, so I turned them off.
Yes, ma'am. Where y'all headed today?
Right here.
Y'all just headed here?
Yeah.
I'm remodeling this house.
Yes, sir.
And
I went to go get some trash bags for my brother.
Yes, sir. Do you have your license and insurance on you?
Yes, I have my license on me, and I have my insurance card, and this is a rental car. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I just when I seen that, I said, "Dang, my license," because they supposed to be automatic, but
Yes, ma'am.
they didn't come on.
You may have just had them.
Yeah,
The rental company may have just had them.
Yeah, so already she has been pulled over that same day. This is crazy. They have body cam footage of her being pulled over earlier that night.
So fine, here you go.
She provides the officer with insurance documents from the rental company that owns the truck, and he returns to his cruiser to run her ID.
So when I first got up there, I smelled weed, and they had the heat blasting. Towards the end, I didn't smell anything.
Okay.
Both Policia and George appeared at ease, with no indication that anything was wrong or that within hours, George would be fighting for his life. According to Policia, the two got a meal at Whataburger after the traffic stop, and later began to drive home when George suddenly attacked her.
Has he got violent with you before?
Yeah, he has.
And you get injured at all?
Well, he hit me in my face.
Tonight?
Yeah, he hit me in my face. When he was sussing, he hit me in my face. And they was like, man, not today. We're not going to fight today.
According to official records, Policia and George share a long history of domestic-related incidents, with at least 14 instances where police were called to intervene.
Well, 911, where's your emergency?
Come to my house. He's coming on me. Oh, he's coming on me. I am out. He's coming on me.
What is he doing now?
He's jumping on me.
Okay, you keep saying he's jumping on me, but I need you to explain what he's doing.
He's hitting on me. My clothes, you don't want me.
Policia reports an assault every time she calls, but in each case, there's either no evidence of injury or she recants her statement. She continues her story, explaining to the detective what happened when George, who was lying in the back seat, attempted to run them off the road. She'll refer to George going forward by his nickname, Kilo.
He jumped over the seat, and he started trying to grab the steering wheel. I said, no, we're not, no, this goes home. I don't know where you trying to go to. Where you trying to go to? I was like, get up quick. What's wrong with you? Well, we're going to crash and kill each other. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. So I'm trying to grab him and we tussle with the steering wheel. And that's what I think when he pulled, he had a knife. He jumps out the truck. My mind wasn't thinking. And then he comes around to my side. And then I just drove. And that's when I hit him.
After hearing her story, one detail.
Okay, so she just said that she hit him. She hit him with the truck. All right, we're going to keep going because this is, don't know if we're going to finish it, guys, because we have a pretty good idea of what's going on here.
continues to puzzle the detective.
When he got out of the car, after y'all swerved off the road, did he take the food with him, or?
He had it in his hand. I guess he had the diaper way. He had the diaper way and he had his burger. He did. That's when he was trying to come to my side. Okay. I don't know why he wanted.
But any hope of hearing George's version of events fades as an officer delivers tragic news to his aunt and niece.
So he has passed away, okay? I'm sorry. We do have him here, okay? You can't go back there, okay? So we're treating this as a crime. The suspect is, no ma'am. Not right now, okay? So the suspect is in our custody, okay? She's talking to our detectives right now.
The loss is heartbreaking for his family and surprising for the two officers who encountered him during the traffic stop earlier in the night.
Yep, you just talked to him a few hours ago. Now he's dead.
Yep.
As the detective delivers the news to Policia, her reaction takes a shocking and unexpected turn.
Is he okay?
He's passed away. Yeah, I talked to him just a minute ago. He's passed away. What we need to do, like I said, take your stuff, gonna wipe your hands right quick.
Whoa, she just passed out from the pressure. Man, I know that. You know, I ain't even got words for you, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Alicia, you okay? Alicia. Wake up. Alicia, wake up, talk to me. You okay? Here, let's get back in the chair. You don't want to be on the floor, trust me. It's dirty. Let's hop back in. Let's hop up here in the chair.
He died on me! Oh, he died on me. Oh, God. Help me, Jesus. He died on me. Come on. He died on me. He died on me.
Here, let's have a seat in the chair. That table will flip over on, okay? Easy. Let's have a seat.
Wow.
I don't want you to hurt yourself, okay?
Okay. I'm going.
Wow.
I'm going to jail.
Wow.
Jesus!
Alicia, let's have a seat, okay? I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Wow.
Let's sit in the chair, okay?
How did I I'm in a prison. He died on me. He died. He died on me.
Alicia, there's a napkin.
He died on me. Jesus on me. He died coming. I see you want to
You want some water?
No, we'll go home.
Okay. Give us just a few minutes for that, okay? And we'll get you home.
As she calms down enough for the technician to take swabs of her hands, the detective relays his next steps.
What I need to do is I need to run out there and look for cameras right quick.
I gotta stay here?
For a few minutes, okay?
No,
Just listen.
Let me go home.
Listen.
Let me go home, please.
Let me explain why. Let me explain why, okay? Because I don't want you to go to jail. But I need to go make sure there's no cameras out there first, because that way nobody can say, well, she chased me with the car and did this on purpose.
No, he ran inside.
And I believe you. Please. Listen. Okay.
He died on me.
Okay, let me help you with this, okay?
I'm going to jail.
No.
Yes, I am.
Why?
Lucy, your brother died. Your brother died.
She's talking to his sister.
I'm going to go get my phone. Okay. Can you use the phone with your name so you can take a picture with them?
Yes, I know, Lucy. She cried, she hollered.
Okay. Are you still in there with her?
No.
Here's why. Here's why I want you to stay here, okay? For one, that way nobody's upset with you. And I want to make sure that when anybody looks at this, I don't know, police. I haven't been up there yet. All I did was talk to the officer to find out.
I just knew he was going to pass. He would have died on me. He tried.
Like I said, that's why I want to make sure.
He died.
So that you can go home and not have to come back.
He wanted to kill himself. He told me that. He died.
When did he tell you that?
Yeah, he did. When we was in the car, he said, I'm going to die. We're going to kill each other.
What the detective doesn't yet know is a voicemail message, which will later be revealed, was recorded just minutes before Policia's 911 call was placed, and George's own words will shed light on his true intentions. For now, they continue to document evidence, taking close-up photographs of her hands, where she claims George scratched her, and her face, where she says he struck her during their altercation inside the truck.
You going to prison?
No. Okay, you're not.
I killed him.
Let's have a seat. Let's have a seat. Let's sit down, okay? Trust me, it helps. I don't want you to fall down, okay? He did die. It's not on you. Okay, let's have a seat, okay?
A toxicology report revealed that George was under the influence of methamphetamine at the time of the incident. During his autopsy, George was found to have sustained multiple injuries, including broken bones in his left leg, likely caused by impact with the front bumper. The detective noted that his severe injuries, including blunt force trauma to the head, suggested a hard impact rather than Policia hitting him slightly as if taking off from a standstill. This also aligns more closely with what she told the 911 operator.
He had to put it out for me. He gets out the truck, and then he's running for me. I drive toward it. I try to go miss it. Then I try to go the other way, and he ready for the truck. He got hit. I try to stop, but I think I ran over. I don't even know.
The detective also found it odd that George would be in the vehicle with Policia, clearly at a vantage point to assault her with the knife, only to exit the vehicle in the parking lot to do so. He also wrote, "It wouldn't be feasible to attempt to assault someone and take your food along with you." But with insufficient evidence to show Policia had committed a crime, whether intentionally or negligently, she's allowed to leave. Just hours after letting Policia go,
Yo, they let her go. I wasn't expecting to see that happen. They let her go after all of that. But I'm pretty sure that it's not over. And because it's not over, neither are we.
detective receives a call from George's sister. George called her at 3:44 a.m., 12 minutes before Policia dialed 911. The following voicemail leads investigators to a stunning conclusion. According to the detective's report, the audio suggests that George wanted out of the vehicle and Policia wouldn't let him. He ultimately concluded that Policia's conflicting accounts of backing up, going forward, and trying to stop lead him to believe George may have been walking away at the time of the incident. He adds that Policia's various descriptions appear to paint a picture that she was attempting to scare George, and she struck him unintentionally. 1 year after George Stoker's death, Policia was arrested and taken into custody. 3 years after her arrest on March 6, 2025, Policia Stewart pleaded guilty to criminally negligent homicide. The court deferred adjudication and sentenced her to 5 years of probation. If she successfully completes the probation period without violation, no formal conviction will be entered on her record. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon.
Wow. She got 5 years of probation for killing that man. That's horrible. Well, what they say all the time is somehow certain types of people can commit some of the most heinous crimes and still somehow land on their feet. And this is one of those ones. So this is crazy. Well, I think it's time that we shift gears. And we're going to join the conversation with, let me preface this saying thank you for everyone that came out to True Crime Monday. We'll continue True Crime Monday, for the next couple of weeks, where we go over these stories and we try to figure out what's going to happen. These two, one of them is still going on. The other one just ended in March. And we're going to move forward with Sassy Men was the topic of conversation on the No Middleman podcast with Conversation Soft Rain, Uncle Plug TV, Lady C, and Norris, Souls of Thought. Let's go over to them right now and check out their video.
Hold up. These niggas will lay inside and watch you take out the trash. Watch you go take your car to the shop. Watch you do this and watch you do that. But want you to be submissive. Nigga, you a bitch like me.
You created the bad bitch. You did it. That's girl like shit. I know men that sleep with men that don't act like girls. Y'all get him a safe space to do this goofy shit. You tell him it's okay, no matter how soft he is and how weak he is. Mama got you. You're not even, you his mother. You're not even his girlfriend.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
At the end of the day, these niggas sassy. Okay. These niggas will lay inside and watch you take out the trash. Let her cook. Let me cook. Hold up. These niggas will lay inside and watch you take out the trash. Watch you go take your car to the shop. Watch you do this and watch you do that. But want you to be submissive. Nigga, you a bitch like me.
You created the bad bitch. You did it. That's girl like shit. I know men that sleep with men that don't act like girls. Y'all get him a safe space to do this goofy shit. You tell him it's okay, no matter how soft he is and how weak he is. Mama got you. You're not even, you his mother. You're not even his girlfriend.
Ooh.
So as you see there, Nothing But the Truth feels that women are creating these sassy men that we talk about. He said that you ladies allow them to lay up in the house and do nothing and eat off your dime, and you taking out the trash, but you telling him this is a safe place, looking at all his potential, as Soft Rain likes to talk about. Like, so we'll start with the women before we get into the comments, because the men are already eating the comments up. So Lady C took her dress wig. Go ahead, Lady C, you took your wig. She got to get it. Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let April go first.
First of all, she's projecting all of this masculine energy, and want to know why a man wants to be sassy around her. If she's projecting all this masculine energy, she's not going to get a masculine man to be around her.
I got to agree with Soft Rain right there. If somebody's projecting masculine energy, you're not going to really find the type of masculine man you want. You can't project masculine energy and think that's what you're going to get.
Needs to be soft herself, so, but it's, I wouldn't. The way she projects herself, she probably wonders what kind of man. The reason why she attracts the man that she attracts is because she's so masculine, and she's projecting hardcore, like in your face type deal. So she's probably attracting the man that's not as masculine as she is.
What you got? What you got for us, Lady C?
You know, my first question would have been to her, are you single? Because her reaction is very dominant, strong.
AC loves
And then you
that
disrespect a
question.
brother telling him you would be
Are
like
you
me. I
single?
mean, ain't no real man finna deal with that kind of nonsense. First of all, if she talking like that, she disrespecting herself. Number one, let alone she disrespecting the man. And as the guy said, these women allow these men to do this. If the trash need to be taken out, just say, bro, can you take the trash out? Whatever your man name, James, can you take the trash out for me? And if I call him, if he a for real of a man, you shouldn't have to ask him to take the trash out. Because if he living up in there with you, he passing by that kitchen just like you passing by that kitchen. He gonna see that trash full and he should take it out. A lot of times the reason why men don't do stuff is because of the dominant mouth like she had. Because men is like, if she's so dominant and she's so strong, let her be a nigga and do it. And I do know the men today, they're looking for feminine, soft women. They not trying a real man and a man of value. He ain't trying to date himself. He don't want no masculine, dominant, overbearing woman. Real men that are of some value, and they ain't even got to be no high value man, just a decent man. He wants a feminine woman. He wants something soft. He wants something tangible, something that's going to remind him of sweet fragrance, something loving, not nothing just like him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me. So you want to go first before I get to y'all in the chat?
Oh, and one more thing. Let me add this.
Go ahead,
That brother in the background saying we women. No, I say that's them. I want to say that's them low value women that allow these men to do that. Because women of some substance, women of value, they not finna take out the trash and he's sitting there playing the video game. Ain't no woman finna go take the car and get the oil change and dude sitting up on the couch sleep. No, what a woman with value is gonna say, because remember, everybody pay attention to this. It's all about the delivery. It's about your delivery what counts. Baby, the car need an oil change. Can you go get the oil change done for me? Baby, I don't know if you've seen it, but the trash overfull. Can you take it out? You ain't got to be saying, nigga, can you take the trash out? You're not talking to her.
Fed up though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but even though she fed up, like you said, your energy attracts what you are giving out. So if she want a man that's going to do something, that's going to be proactive and not be acting the same like her, she going to have to tone it down some and being soft. She already done called the man a be like her. So then if she's saying the man acting like a be like her, then what's she acting like a strong man like him? We got to know our roles.
The roles are reversed.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We got to know our roles. And it's very few of us women that understand our roles and are walking in our roles and know what we're supposed to be doing. Very few.
And the kind of man.
Let me tell you, like, I don't always agree with Lady C with almost anything that she says. But if you're right, you're right. In this case, she's got a very good point. I mean, a lot of men are not looking for the same thing that they see in themselves, and I do tell people this all the time, especially when they ask me for relationship advice. I said, a man's not going to want to find what he sees in himself in you. He's not going to want that. Conversely, I don't think a woman should want to see that in a man either. So, I mean, there's a lot of conversation that you could have about this. This has nothing to do with compassion or anything like that. This is more so about, how you guys are treating each other, how you guys are behaving around each other, and just the way that you guys problem solve together. I mean, also, closed mouths don't get fed, guys. I mean, and maybe in the old days when things were more methodical, and gender roles were clearly defined, and the roles in the house and all of that. But it's 2025, and there may still be gender norms that do happen in the United States and other places that are westernized. But let me tell you, you guys should have a conversation about these things. If and I make sure of it. You know what I mean? You guys need to have a conversation about what you expect as a woman, what you expect as a man, and if you guys can't agree on these things very early on, you guys should continue a relationship. I don't care how good anything is. If you can't agree on certain things that you need to agree on in order for a relationship to work, then don't get in that type of relationship. Stay friends with benefits, whatever. Love each other from a distance, whatever you got to do. But a domestic partnership at the same time, marriage, all that's not going to work out for you. Now when you're looking for those types of things, y'all gonna bump heads. Y'all are gonna bump heads. If you don't have your role and she don't have hers, and they're not clearly defined on what y'all are doing, y'all are gonna bump heads. Y'all can't do the same thing. It's the laws. It's all the laws of relativity. Think about it. Objects in motion stay in motion. Objects at rest stay at rest. These are the things that I try to make sure that y'all understand. I really do. I try to make y'all understand these things. You can't have You can't have it. It's not going to happen. You can't. The law basically says that two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. So Rain said, I'm in the kitchen cooking. Literally, I'm in the kitchen listening to this. I appreciate it. What you making, Soft Rain? I want to know what you're making. But it's the truth. Two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. Y'all got to have different jobs. Y'all got to do different stuff. Just like me all the time is not going to work out because there's going to be a void there. And that's when people say, oh, I'm just missing my spark. My cup's not full. All that stuff you hear in relationships.
She's going to continue to attract those men who are sassy, who are feminine.
Because
she projects all that masculinity. A masculine man does not want a masculine woman. He wants that soft.
And when you respect the man, he ain't gonna mind taking the trash and going to get all things. Because he don't know. Listen, when you respect the man, he's gonna be duty bound to what he's supposed to be doing. Am I right or wrong, Norris and all? He's gonna be duty bound.
Damn sure right. Damn sure. Hey, I know plenty like her. I know more like her than I do on the other side. And you know what she like? And you know what she like? She like buddy that was popular in high school. She done finally put some rims on the altar. You hear me? So she thinks she at it. You know what I'm saying? She got a couple of coaches. You know what I'm talking about? She got a couple of coaches, and she doing her thing. She got her little secretary, her little RN job, and she going to get buddy who was popular in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Vegetables in the crock pot,
he ain't doing nothing but dang-a-lang swing. And she allowed. She'll say what she say out in public. When she go home, she gonna make that nigga sandwich. She gonna go in there, heat up the pork chop that she had fried up the night before.
I'm not sure.
She gonna put it on there with some lettuce, tomato, and some mayonnaise. And she gonna feed it.
Let's try to find
out. She
out.
brought him a little pint of Douce because he ain't drinking. He gonna pour him up one big cup out of Super Goat. He gonna pour him up one big cup, and by the time he get halfway down, he finna go in there and splat. He finna go and put a whole head in the headboard. He finna the whole pad that's on the sleigh bed headboard. He done pull the whole pad off of there because he put number wood off of there. He wood chucking right now, and she let him do whatever he want to do. And he ain't taking out no ass. He ain't taking out no bed. He ain't mowing no grass. Matter of fact, he worked with his daddy who mow grass for a living and still don't mow grass.
So plug, let me ask you this question. So you describing
the only time he put his ass in the car is when he's sitting her inside to go buy him a 2-pack of game and a 5-pack of Black Miles. So I know her. Her name is Sabrina. I know her. I know all about her. I go and say, hey, how you doing, Miss Lady? She's like, hey. Because you know, she think I'm green because I'm doing the right thing. I'm green. So she don't want to talk to me. But she, little buddy, want to take all the way up through there. Because you know why? Because he look good when he put in one of the little fake Versace shirts. You know what I'm saying? And he come out with them shoes, with the little leprechaun shoes with the spikes on them. He got the taco meat showing. He just got a fresh cut. He ain't even pay for it. The whole back so wide. He ain't even got nothing back here. He just got waves around the side. All the whole back on. I done seen her several times. At the waterfront, she buying all the meat. She bringing all the meat to get barbecue. She bringing all the fish to get it fried. She know how to make some amazing grits. You understand me? She always smell like some what it is diamonds. But what it with the Liz Claiborne? She got some Liz Claiborne on. Nails long time. She talk clacking. They clack. I know her. He is gonna get cuffed every time. And as soon as he get that job at the warehouse, they gonna get married.
So can I ask you a question, Bud? So his main job is just to put it down.
That's it. She don't need nothing else. Her rent is probably $950. She done had the same Altima, had a paint job on it and the same feet on that car since 2023. It's paid for. She don't need nothing. She don't need nothing but something to sit on. That's it. She come to shows like that because her homegirl brought her out, and she gonna talk about no, girl. But she gonna go right back to the house. I'm telling you, she gonna make that fried pork chop sandwich when she gets to the crib.
Yeah, we talked about that there, and in their chat, and I was in the audience for this. And I got to say, you guys go over to Souls of Thought and No Middleman podcast and watch this. It'll actually teach you a whole lot about what people are actually going through and why this is happening. So, I mean, obviously we're having some sound issues, so I won't go through chat Q&A today, and I'm not going to do the random video of the day. But I want to thank you guys for coming out. Please go back and watch the parts that you missed. Soft Rain's going to be coming along with me. Soft Rain, I'm going to ask you to co-op this with me the next time we go through True Crime Monday for that lady in December. And we can keep up with this. If you can find some more information about this, let me know. And me and you should do that together. I think we should do that together. Come up in the studio, and then I'll have conversations with Soft Rain on to do this true crime with me on this day, because I'm telling you right now, that's some crazy stuff. I would love to see a live reaction to what's really going on. But without further ado, I'm gonna try to see what's going on with this. I've been Tez. It was a long 24. I'm 24. This has been Sports Unscripted and Culture Unfiltered. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice afternoon.